What's good, y'all? It's Gas, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to make beats like 30Nickk for artists like Summrs and KanKan. Let's go. So jumping right into it, I got this epiano sound out of X-Band Mark II, and subject to change, but I'm gonna be laying out a little chord progression. Let's go. Alright, so fellas, lot to break down here. I'm gonna explain it all to y'all. Stick with me. So first things first, this is how it sounds. So what I did with this chord progression is I kind of started with the top line. Like I had this little melody, like this up top melody in my head, just the like the whole thing that you hear in the beginning, that little top line. I had that in my head, so I clicked that out, and then I just put some notes under it that sounded good just to fill it out a little bit more, and then boom, I had a chord just like that. Also, you want to make sure you're randomizing the velocities of your notes, literally as easy as holding down Alt and R, and then boom, you got this little menu up. You can play with the panning, play with the velocities. And in that same vein, you also want to strum the notes. You could just hold down Alt and S, and then you got this little strummizer menu, and then you can play with the stuff, like make it strum out as long as you want. And you can also do this by hand, which I find to be a little more effective. And then I just kept going with the top line. I had a few like little accent notes. You can see they're like super short, and I thought that was just like a really cool thing to add to the melody. It was sort of like bouncy and just gave it like a really cool groove. And other than that, like I said, just kept following the whole like do the top line and then place some notes under it that sound good, and then I was done with my chord progression. And I know I've been plugging this in like all my recent videos, so I promise this is the last time. But if y'all struggle at all with making chord progressions, I literally just made a Pluggnb chord progression tutorial. You could watch that in the top right. But now I think I'm gonna layer this with a pad. So I just layered the chord progression, literally copy and pasted the exact melody with this little preset, this holy flute pad preset in X-Band, and now I think I'm gonna start adding leads. So I just pulled up this bell preset in Xenology, and this was something that I kind of just like hummed out. It was just like kind of stuck in my head whenever I was hearing the keys. So I definitely recommend that y'all do the same. Just like listen to the chords and then do your best to like hum out a melody. So this is what I got. So I just laid out the super repetitive pattern just for like a little bit of ambience. It's called panpipes pad in X-Band in the ethnic section, and it sounds like this. Another super repetitive pattern, as y'all can see, I just went into Purity and grabbed this piccolo sound in the woodwind section and had this like super repetitive pattern going. So one thing 30Nickk likes to do a lot in his Pluggnb beats is he'll have like a catchy lead playing for a few bars, and then he'll add a whole lot of variation and kind of just go crazy with the pattern. So I tried to mimic that here. So I put up this piccolo preset in the woodwind section of Purity, and I played out this little pattern. And I also changed the last preset to this PW lead in Purity, and I raised it up an octave. We back in Purity. I just grabbed this pizzicato strings preset, super common preset in Pluggnb, and I have this super repetitive pattern, and I turned it down pretty low in the mix, and it sounds like this. Y'all see the piano roll, man. You already know what this is. I went back into Purity, grabbed this V mod string pad preset, and then laid out this 8-bar long note. I don't even need to play it out. So we back in X-Band. I just put up this distorted lead preset, laid out a pretty complicated lead pattern, but really all I did, I was just clicking around on notes in the scale, and then like seeing what sounded good and what didn't, playing with like how long the notes were and all that. So the electric guitar sounds like this. And I think I want to change the pitch, so I'm gonna just highlight all of these and then go here, transpose selected. I'll put up just one semitone, and now we have like an entirely new melody. So I just completely deleted the pattern I had before with the PW for President lead, and I made a new pattern with it. And it's really just like, by the way, on 1/3 step, I want y'all to keep that in mind, but it's just like this repeating note with a little bit of delay on it, and then just like a little bit of variation here and there. Other than that, super repetitive. I'll let it play out. So now everything together sounds like this. Time for the drums. Time for the 808. Just finished up with the drums, so I'm gonna give y'all a real quick breakdown. So first things first, we got the clap, and 30Nickk loves doing this in his Pluggnb beats. He literally has like the most basic clap pattern, just the 3 and 7 clap pattern, but then he cuts out the second note right here, and that is because he'll fill it in with like a rim or a snare or some type of other sound. But I just have this rim with like a few rolls here and there, really just using it as a snare, sort of accenting the clap. And then I had this hi-hat, pretty much a two-step, a few rolls here and there, and then a few notes cut out for some extra bounce, but really nothing crazy at all. Then I got this Pluggnb snare, just hitting every so often, again accenting the clap, nothing crazy. Then I had this chain sound, hitting on the one, sounds like that. And then I got the Pluggnb ticker hitting here. These are two sounds that 30Nickk uses in like damn near every single one of his Pluggnb beats. And I try to get a little creative with this chant pattern. It's not really your traditional Pluggnb chant pattern, but it's still nothing really crazy at all. And last but not least, the 808. Now, something I want to point out here is a lot of Pluggnb producers do this, but more specifically 30Nickk. He'll do this little like 808 thing where he has these 808 hits that are like half a bar. And I probably explained that terrible, but it's probably best if you just listen. But nothing crazy here on the 808 pattern, just following the root notes, and I did turn it down a little bit because 30Nickk, in most of his Pluggnb beats, the 808's like usually sort of tucked in the back, or maybe he'll use a sub, but the 808's not really like too in your face, so I had it a little low in the mix. And by the way, I raised the melody another semitone. So everything together is gonna sound like this. Now let's arrange it. Just finished up the arrangement, let's get into it. Off the rip, I had most of the melody come in along with like pretty much all the drums. I just had the 808 cut out for the first two bars, and then here I had the Pluggnb ticker. Whenever that hit, I had everything else cut out, and that sounds like this. And that's something 30Nickk does in a lot of his beats. I did that a few other places, like right here in the beginning of the verse, and then right here at the end of the verse. And the way I structured this, I just had the hook in the beginning, then had it drop into a little verse, 16 bar hook again, 24 bar verse, 16 bar hook, and then I copied over the first 16 bars of the verse over here just for like a little outro, and then I had this automation to fade the volume out. But overall, just doing your best to add variation throughout the beat, seeing what different combinations of stuff like sounds good. But that's gonna be the beat, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, and thank y'all for 1,000 subscribers, man. I really appreciate all the love y'all have been giving me. We've been growing crazy. We went from like 900 to like 1,000 in like I think less than 2 weeks, which is crazy to me, and that just got us that much closer to actually being able to monetize this channel. So thank y'all so much, I really do appreciate it. But as always, if y'all enjoyed or if you learned something, make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, man. Trying to hit the next milestone and trying to grow this channel. I really appreciate all the support y'all have been giving me, and if you haven't already, make sure you comment any tutorials that you want me to do. I'm really down for whatever. Also, join the Discord, I'm pretty active in there. If y'all have any questions for me, any questions for the community, anything that you need help with, we got you in the Discord, so y'all join up. But hey man, that's gonna be it from me. It's been Gas, and I'm out. Peace.